Welcome back to On the Rise, and there has been a Canadian international massively hitting the headlines in a Canadian defender in Moïse Bombito, as Moïse Bombito's season has been incredible, absolutely immense, especially since that French international friendly where he really hit the headlines, especially in the transfer rumors. And having those French sides, those French scouts being able to take a look at him firsthand, he's now having some of the biggest clubs in Ligue having a look at him and already making a move for Moïse Bombito, as it has been reported from Fabrizio Romano, the GOAT of football transfer news, that Olympique Lyon, a massive club within Ligue, have now made a proposal and are making talks with the 24-year-old Canadian international in Moïse Bombito. And the first proposal from Olympique Lyon has already been sent to Colorado Rapids, and it is believed from Fabrizio Romano, and it is understood that personal terms have already been agreed. This is absolutely incredible, seeing Fabrizio Romano tweet about Canadian international players, seeing Fabrizio Romano talk about Canadians with such big clubs, with such prestigious sides, and this is a very exciting. We went from talking about Kyle Larin, Jonathan David, Alphonso Davies with Fabrizio Romano to now the likes of Moïse Bombito, and this is a fantastic landing spot for Moïse Bombito and a great club that he could find himself ending up at. Olympique Lyon might just be the perfect side for a player like Moïse Bombito to end up at, especially in France and in a top 5 league. Olympique Lyon might have been the side that I said should be a club that Moïse Bombito goes, because this is a perfect fit for Moïse Bombito, and I absolutely love where things are going here with this sort of a transfer. But let me know down below in the comments before we truly jump into the breakdown here and the report. Should he go to Olympique Lyon? Should he go to another Ligue 1 side or even somewhere else in Europe? Let me know in the comments your guys' thoughts. Drop a like and hit that sub button, guys. But we're going to jump straight into it. Like I said, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted that Olympique Lyon have open talks with the 24-year-old Canadian international in Moïse Bombito, and the first proposal has been sent to Colorado Rapids. And right now, Moïse Bombito is valued at $1.8 million, so it won't take a whole lot to get the likes of Bombito from the Rapids for Olympique Lyon, and this would be a terrific landing spot for Bombito. Of course, it was going to be an obvious link to France and Ligue for the likes of Bombito. Especially after that French friendly, there was going to be a lot of Canadians linked to a transfer to France, especially after a brilliant performance for a lot of Canadians, having played in Bordeaux, having played against a very good French side, a lot of French scouts in attendance. There was always going to be those links, and having those top eyes on Canadians, there were always going to be those links. But the fact that Moïse Bombito speaks the language, he's from Montreal, Quebec, he's able to speak French, it's a great transition, and it's an easy, seamless switch for him. But this is a guy who's going to a top club within Ligue. He's not going to a side that would be a pushover. He's not going to a side fighting for mid-table, fighting to stave off relegation. This is Olympique Lyon. This is a very good side, a very prestigious side, and a side that just qualified for European football. Lyon were fighting against relegation for most of the season, changed things up within the club, and absolutely changed their season to finish higher up in the table, finish around 7th, and they absolutely made that run and finished in European places. So this would be a transfer that sees another Canadian entering a top 5 league, along with Alphonso Davies, Kyle Larin, Jonathan David, and just that player pool keeps expanding in those tier 1 leagues. But Moïse Bombito would be another Canadian entering a European footballing competition. Having more Canadians in the conference, the Europa League, the Champions League will do the world of good for Canadian national team and just Canada soccer in general. And Moïse Bombito, everyone will now be asking the question, if he goes to Olympique Lyon, will he be starting? What kind of minutes will Moïse Bombito be getting? Because this is very interesting, because why I say this is the perfect transfer is because I think he fits in and could possibly, sooner rather than later, earn himself starting minutes within this side. So if you look at Olympique Lyonnais' side and their club right now, they only have a handful of center backs. 3 or 4 at that. The likes of Jake O'Brien has been sensational. The Irish centre back for Olympique Lyon came to the side and had a tremendous season as a 23-year-old, has been a great defender for them. And he is a lock in that starting 11. But you look at the other options, Dejan Lovren, the Croatian international who has been brilliant, who is now 34 years of age and only played around 10 to 15 matches of this season for Lyon. So he's really looking to be faded away from this side in Liga. Then you have the likes of Sinale Diamonde. Diamonde is a 23-year-old Ivory Coast international and played around the same amount of games as Dejan Lovren. These are two center backs that are completely different points of their career, but are more so seen as rotational options. And then you look at the last option in Dejan in Kaletakar, Kaletakar is a center back who's been with Lyon this season, but was on loan from Southampton and will be returning to Southampton this off-season. So you look at that, they only have really three options. Jake O'Brien, who is a lock, Dejan Lovren, whose career is fading, and Sinale Diamonde. So it's going to be a look at in this squad for me. Moïse Bombito joins the squad, and he will be fighting for that second center back role. That's why coming in for preseason, if he gets a shot in preseason with Olympique Lyon, there's a very legitimate chance that Moïse Bombito is able to work himself in and earn a starting role with Olympique Lyon to enter the Liga season. Battling with a guy like Sinale Diamonde will be a very good test, and then you have Dejan Lovren alongside you. Even if he doesn't get that second center back role, this is a side in European football, has the French Cup alongside it, has Liga competitions alongside it. There's a lot of options here for Bombito to get consistent minutes, to be able to earn himself and prove himself why he should be starting for Lyon. Yes, it's a massive jump from Colorado Rapids to Olympique Lyonnais, but it's a very legitimate reason that Moïse Bombito has earned this. His recovery pace, how good he is in a challenge, his ability aerially, how quick he is on the turn, and his passing ability as well, and how composed he is. He's proven that in multiple games now, whether it's against Argentina, against some of the best attackers in the world, Lionel Messi, Lautaro Martinez, Angel Di Maria, and some of the best against France as well, Ousmane Dembele, Kylian Mbappe. Just some great attackers and some of the best in the world of football, and he's proven himself. So for me, I think he could easily work himself into a starting role at Olympique Lyonnais, which is why I think this is the perfect option for him to make a switch this summer transfer window to Liga and to Olympique Lyonnais. Because of course it was always going to make sense for him to go to a French club, whether it was going to be higher up in Liga or mid-table or escaping relegation. It was always going to be very interesting. But to see him make such a rapid rise and to jump to such a notable club who's going to be in a European competition, who has a very good squad, playing alongside the likes of Nicolas Tagliafico, who he just played most recently against Argentina. Who knows, maybe Tagliafico even put in a good word for him. Never know, but it would be very funny if he did. But this is just a very unbelievable transfer for the likes of Moïse Bombito. I'm over the moon when I saw this at work today, seeing him linked to the likes of Olympique Lyonnais and how these are getting to be further along the stages. It's not just early stages here. Personal terms have already been agreed from Fabrizio Romano, stating that this is not some Daily Mail, some lower league source. This is the best of the best in footballing source. And he's also stated there has been a proposal already sent to Colorado Rapids. I don't believe it's going to take a lot of money to get Moïse Bombito, but his stock has certainly risen from that 1.8 million valuation on transfer market compared to where it was a couple of weeks ago. That needs to be updated after a couple brilliant performances against France, Argentina. His stock has certainly risen. So Colorado Rapids will look to get a decent fee from him, but I think Olympique Lyonnais, they need him. They need a quick center back to have a young pairing of the likes of Jake O'Brien, who's 23, Moïse Bombito, who's 24, Sinale Diamonde, who's 23, alongside Dejan Lovren there, who brings so much experience, know-how, nous at the top level. This would be unbelievable for Moïse Bombito to learn from Dejan Lovren while he's still at the club, to also be paired alongside a player like Jake O'Brien and have some terrific professionals at the club as well at Olympique Lyonnais still, who have a great squad, likes of Nemanja Matic, likes of Florentin Tolisso, as well as Syed Benrahma, Ryan Cherki. This is a great Olympique Lyonnais squad. And the fact they're going to be in Europe, there's so much opportunity for Moïse Bombito to go in, prove himself, earn a starting role, because for me, there's a legitimate chance there is a opening here for him to earn himself that second center back role at Olympique Lyon, or even the third, and be that rotational piece. Moïse Bombito to Olympique Lyon, for me, is the perfect transfer for the young Canadian international center back, truly taking Canadian football on the rise. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on Moïse Bombito to Olympique Lyon. Let me know down below. Drop a like, hit that sub, because the subs, the comments, the likes have been incredible, and I really appreciate it, guys. And I'll see you guys all for the next one. Peace.